ridiculously aggressively, and owned Flash in the last 3 games of that series just with hyper aggression and good control, obviously, and everything. But you know, just put so much pressure on him. It was ridiculous. So I'm wondering if Jaedong's going to be doing the same thing. There's Haya, by the way, in the crowd supporting his teammate Lee Jaedong here in the MSL finals. I think I saw several Hwaseong Oz team members there earlier. That must be someone's mom. Oh! Anyway, Flash now putting out some Marines. He's got a second barracks almost up. Jaedong going for quick gas off 2 bases, off 2 hatcheries. So Jaedong indeed going for an aggressive build here, going for something fast. He's starting to mine that gas. He's going to send out some Zerglings as well. Probably going to go for a lair pretty quick here. He may have enough for a lair. No, never mind. I'm sorry. He did get a 3rd hatchery. So it was not like a complete, 2-hatch muter or anything like that. But, anyway, chasing that SCV around. He needs to try and kill that SCV very, very quickly. He's kind of taunting Flash, sending the Zerglings out, sending him back in to kill the scout, sending him out, sending him back in. Make sure that Flash has to play a little bit defensively. Anyway, Academy is almost up. Marines being produced out of those 2 barracks. Flash sending in a single Zergling just to scout what's going on and see how things are going in there. That SCV is still alive, and it's going to be hard for him to kill that SCV, actually, unless he starts microing a little bit more, or at least if he can chase it out of his main. He probably has a lair started at his natural expansion already because he wanted to hide this lair timing from Jaedong, and he actually we saw earlier he had a couple SCVs on. I'm sorry, a couple. Never mind. There's the Spire, which means he's definitely got a lair up. My bad. They didn't show his natural for a while, so he definitely has the lair at his natural expansion. I don't know if Flash saw that though. And anyway, so he sees the Spire timing too, and Flash moving out with a bunch of Marines. Jaedong's gonna have to defend here. He's got 2 sunken colonies. He's getting. Actually, he's got 1 sunken colony, a second colony up, which will be a sunken before Flash arrives. He's got some Zerglings as well. I like this plan, sending them out into the open to try and A, cut off reinforcements, and B, come in for a surround. If Flash goes in for an attack, he can send those Zerglings in from behind and sandwich him against those sunken colonies. Flash just putting that pressure on just to make sure, and also to go for a counterattack. There's the 2 Firebats out in the open. No medics, they're going to go down. Their speed upgraded Zerglings going to surround them. Oh, Jaedong not microing very well. Oh, no! Only gets 1 of the Firebats. He's still going to be able to counter, though, but there is a bunker. And the Marines go in the bunker, but the Zerglings might run by it with the speed upgrade. I'm not sure. Anyway, Jaedong looked like he had just attack moved. He just got a little bit anxious to kill those Firebats and didn't quite surround them with the Zerglings. And only killed the one off. The Marines coming back to save the other one just barely in the nick of time. I mean, it had a couple hits left on it. I think he could have sacrificed a couple Lings to get that one. Might have been prudent there. Anyway, Jaedong sending his Overlords. Where is he sending his Overlords? Kind of off into the corner there in preparation for grouping them with Mulisks. He wants them to get them as far away, and he might fly them right into this group of Marines, which would be horrible. That would be a horrible tragedy for Jaedong if that happened. Flash is just scouting for a 3rd base up there. So he doesn't have to use up a comstat. He's checking with his forces, I guess. Flash now setting up some Marines here. The Zerglings see those guys, so he knows that they're there, so he doesn't have to worry about it. Those Overlords dying. But he may just be securing that position as well. That might be genius by Flash. He might be just securing that position because he knows that's where Jaedong will want to take his next base. So he's going to stop the drones from getting in there preemptively. Turret's going up there a little bit far back from his supply line though, so he might be able to get some SCV kills pretty easily without too much trouble from those turrets. Yeah, he is going in. A little bit of a mismicro by Jaedong for a moment there, but just for a moment. He's getting several SCVs here in this group and doing a really nice job of picking them off, doing lots of damage here. Flash's Marines, the second batch of Marines gets in there just in time. I cannot believe that. Flash is so epic. He's always coming up with new, well, not always, but, often, I will say often, how about sometimes is a safe term, coming up with these new little tricks, like sending his first group of medics out and just blocking that 3rd base before it can even get started, because right now is when Jaedong would want to be thinking about getting that extra base up, or at least getting Hydralisks in place to secure that base once the Lurker aspect is upgraded. Anyway, and there's a Flash is scouted. Oh no! He's got he tried to sneak to the bottom right instead because he knew the top right was taken. Firebat is camping there. to see if that's the case or not. The Mulisks are, where are the Mulisks actually? Oh, there they are. They're going to come in and kill that Firebat pretty quick here. But Flash knows that base is there. Never mind, those are Zerglings. Flash knows that base is there, and he's sending his group out, I think from that top right to attack that base. Now that he's stopped that top right, and looks like Jaedong might take this top middle base instead, which I don't remember if there's a gas there. Yes, there is a gas there. Okay, so that'd be fine too. That would actually be a very reasonable base for Jaedong to have. Anyway, so Flash now pushing around here. Flash is playing extremely well right now. He's doing everything he needs to, and some stuff he doesn't even need to. But Jaedong hasn't really taken any major losses, and he's killed several SCVs of Flashes. So I think Jaedong has a slight advantage here. Well, never mind. His base is going to go down. He's going to cancel it. I think Flash probably could have waited until that base was completed before attacking it, because now Jaedong can cancel it and save his money. Yeah, okay, he almost didn't there. So now Jaedong sending another drone to the top right. He's probably got the lurker aspect up. Oh, no! Oh, man, that was close. The Mutalisk getting caught off guard there for just a moment. So he does have the lurkers in play. He's going to be able to take that base up there. He's probably going to place it at the, well, we'll see where he places it. I think he might do it at the natural expansion, just to get some creep there. No, he's going to take the main. Okay, that's fine. He wants the ramp. Never mind. But that means his next base is going to be that natural expansion. And look at this, Flash Comsats. He sees everything. He's like Patrick Stewart in his new movie that he wants to make. Sorry, another reference to that video. He sees everything. He knows exactly what Jaedong is doing. He doesn't see these lurkers, however. That's one of the reasons he was comsetted off-center, is to see if there were any lurkers there. And he's actually going up around the top. He's going to bypass those lurkers. The lurkers see this, I think, and fall back. Random drone there is just going to get killed, but he knows where he is now. So Jaedong's going to have to fall back those lurkers. He's got a couple lurkers outside Flash's base. There's the comset going up to scout just in case, and there's a good thing he did because there are lurkers on top of that ramp, so he's not going to be able to force his way up that ramp at this point until he gets tanks or vessels out. Jaedong with a decent force, so it's a good thing that he had that ramp to play with, obviously. I don't know why I thought he was going to take the natural. Anyway, is that a hive? Did I just see a hive? Defiler mound already on the way, but Jaedong is not going to wait for the defilers. I think this might be a mistake. He's going in with a bunch of Zerglings and a few lurkers, which could easily get taken out. I mean, I guess he needs to put some pressure on Flash, but he's going to have defilers in 2 minutes. He'll have Swarm, and he might as well save up those units and go in with Swarm, is what I'm thinking there. But I guess at the very least he's putting a kind of a containment on Flash there. Flash has the tanks out. Siege mode is nearly completed. He's going to have vessels on the way as well. So as soon as that happens, vessels and tanks and siege mode are going to move out, and he's just going to own those lurkers. He's going to have to fall back. It looks like he already killed off a lurker with just Marines there. But now Jaedong moving out with a substantial force of Zerglings and a few more lurkers moving out to rejoin there. Flash critically still has a group of medic Marines up in that top right area, just waiting, just ironically lurking there. He's going in for the vessel snipe. Oh, single Scourge lands. Oh man, going in with the Mutas and the Scourge together. The Mutas to take the hits and the Scourge to kill the vessel does not accomplish it. Those lurkers are going to have to fall back now. Defiler Mound is up. Consume is about a third researched at this point. So Jaedong just needs to survive a little bit longer to get those defilers out, get that consume upgraded. But now Flash moving in with a gigantic force. Look at the yellow streak on the minimap. Huge force coming in here. There's the defilers. Swarm consume might be almost upgraded. It is upgraded. He's got Swarm. He's got the consume. He can move out against these tanks. There comes the Zerglings, the lurkers, the Swarm. The lurkers underneath. The vessel goes down. The vessel goes down, and he doesn't even comset. There's no need to with those lurkers underneath the Swarm. There's nothing he can do about him, and he's forced to fall back. Wow! Flash with a huge, gigantic army moving out at just the right moment, but actually not just the right moment. Just the right moment to be countered, I guess, by those swarms. If he'd moved out a little bit sooner and caught Jaedong in a timing, it could have been really bad. But I think Jaedong still he had a really early hive, so actually I don't think Flash probably would have been able to pull anything off there. But wow, just absolutely crazy. Now Jaedong has this top right base. He needs to move down and take the secondary expansion from that spawn point pretty soon. What is Flash doing? He's stimming up the ramp and trying to kill these lurkers manually without tanks or anything. Oh, he tries to get him before the swarm goes down. He does get the lurkers, but the swarm does go down with a couple zerglings underneath, but it might not matter. Is he going to be able to get another swarm out on top? The Defiler goes down. He swarms right on top of himself. Nicely done. The lurker burrows, slaughtering Marines and medics. Massive amounts of explosion points for those Marines and medics. And now Flash is forced to micro this force around. This actually strangely reminds me of a highlight from Game 5 of the Ever OSL when GGplay and Iris were playing. And Iris had a group of Marines running around the external base of GGplay, and GGplay was casting swarms all over the place. It was ridiculous. Anyway, Nidus Canal, no going. Where was that base? I didn't even see that. Is that the bottom right? Did he take the bottom right? Vessel going in there. Those medic Marines just having to dance around all these swarms. He only has the one vessel out and is just arrived, so he hasn't been able to irradiate the Defiler, so they've just been able to cast multiple swarms. And Flash now, oh, look at that! Goes to micro, using one Marine to draw fire and keep it alive there. Wow, Jaedong has lurkers everywhere. Everywhere, just for no reason. He's like, you know what, I'm going to put lurkers here, just because I can. He's cleaned up that base in the bottom, the top right, those Marines. What is he doing here with these Mutalisks? I'm not sure exactly what that was all about. And he's having to run away. He might, if he loses, he's got like a few very damaged Mutalisks. I wonder if he's going for Greater Spire. That would be very interesting if he's going to try and use those Mutas still. Tank randomly on the open getting caught. Flash is really in a bad situation now, actually. He's lost a lot of forces. He lost several forces going up the ramp. He lost a lot of forces against that clutch burrow swarm, and oh, now he loses a ton of forces to a ton of Zerglings. Look at that, a couple dozen, maybe even 3 dozen Zerglings rushing out into the map now to engage, and Irradiates will not do anything against that. The Firebats will do something against that, though. If he can get a few Firebats in the mix with some medics and get him in a clump with those Marines, he can tear up those Zerglings pretty quickly. Where are those Zerglings going? They're kind of running by these Marines, getting some hits on them for free. 2 vessels in the air now. But not focus, and you know what he's doing though? When you see a Zerg go mass lings like this, it means they're saving up gas. Yeah, baby, it means they're getting Ultralisks. Oftentimes, not every time, but usually, well, not usually, I won't even say usually. A lot of the time, they're saving up gas for something like that, like Ultralisks or something along those lines in TVZ or ZVP, both of them. That is a ton of drones. Wow, he's getting another base. He's got one in the bottom right now. I think I saw him getting another one at the 12 o'clock position. I didn't see it exactly. So he's got the drones to send over to there. Flash looking a little bit discouraged here. He's still got his focus though. He's attacking multiple locations at once. I wonder if he's going to make the mech switch or not. Usually by this point the Terran would want to have their own main, second main, like the bottom right or something like that. And that's usually when they start building tanks and trying to move into a more mech style late game. But Flash is deviating from this year's norm, going back to like previous year's norm, and just going SK Terran with mass vessels against the Hive Tech and just trying to irradiate the crap out of everything. I mean, if you can get enough vessels in the air and you can protect them, then you can just irradiate everything. You can irradiate lurkers, you can irradiate defilers, you can irradiate Ultralisks as well. Those vessels need to get back to their group of Marines pretty quick though. Massive amounts of Scourge incoming. And I think if he cloned his Scourge against those vessels, I don't think they could get away in time, even if they had Marines there right there. Here he's moving in. Scourge are nearby. Vessels need to be careful. It's not that many Scourge, actually. I thought it was more. Anyway, they are doing some nice irradiates, and he's just running in and irradiating, but Jaedong has